Hi, this is the Bratz Boyz Club, and I am Jesse. And today I'm going to introduce you to yet another one of my Bratz Boys. This Bratz Boy is one of the ones I was talking about yesterday in my video from yesterday regarding the duplicates that I supposedly thought I had received from a collector friend from the seller's website that I used to frequent, actually that I kind of still frequent, um, and I kind of buy from this collector now and again because the prices are pretty much reasonable, and the Bratz Boys are in really good condition. I have to admit that, well, most of them are opened either from one side or the other or both. The boxes are sort of like in almost pristine condition sometimes. Sometimes they do have like scuff markings or pinch markings or something, but they're not like as horrible as my boxes are. The first five that I purchased from our local Toys R Us back in 2005 with my first five Bratz Boys. So this collector emails me photos, and I think I've mentioned this in most of my other videos. They send me photos of the Bratz Boys that they have in their collection, and then I say either yes, I'm interested, or no, I'm not interested, and I get to purchase them. And their prices are pretty awesome. I would say they're better than reasonable because they're pretty actually incredible. They're rather comparable to today's retail prices, which are a little bit more expensive than back in the days retail prices, but they're still kind of like cheaper than what a regular collector's item would go for, because actually that's what I consider these guys. Pretty sure many out there do not consider them collectibles or vintage, but I do. So, without further ado, the guy for today that I have for you guys to meet, and I want to introduce to you, is Mr. 2003 from the New Cool collection. Not New Cool, but the New Cool collection. He is Cameron from the New Cool collection, spelled N-U-C-O-O-L, New Cool. And this specific series in their collection has a few Bratz Boys that look very similar or have very identical accessory pieces to other Bratz Boys in other collections or volumes of other Bratz Boys. This one in particular is a Cameron that looks very similar to the one of the volumes of the Funk Out Camerons. I believe he is actually identical, has everything the same, and the only difference is the name of the collection or series in the banner, which in that case would be Funk Out, and this one would be New Cool. So, this one I had received in a bundle when I received the other one either before or after the one I uploaded yesterday, the Dylan. And I saw that that this one was similar to one I have or had already from the same collector, so I automatically did not even bother to read the side banner. Right here it tells you, and I automatically just thought, yeah, it's the same one. I'll just leave it in the shelves that I purchased for my sexy studly boys, and I will make a video of the other one, thinking that they were identical, so therefore I didn't need to make a duplicate video. But then I somehow managed to read the little banner and figure out that this was indeed a different guy, like yesterday's Dylan was a different guy. So I had to very quickly try to remedy the situation by adding the videos today and of course yesterday. So, a little bit about the Bratz Boys from back in the day. Bratz Boys from back in the day I really love and I'm a fan of because they were incredible. And what do I mean when I say incredible? Well, in my opinion, their boxes were pretty awesome. They were very extremely durable, and they were extremely awesome and unique. Their shape was unique. Their design was unique, their little art was unique. I pretty much fell in love with everything. right down from the Bratz Boys or Bratz Boys logo word, um, over to the Bratz Boys photo, Mr. Sexy Studley Cameron, totally in love, of course, with his little name, over to the little awesome, incredible banner with the name of the collection and our series. Um, and even sometimes the little background color that they use for them in some of the boxes, in this case being orange or a dark hue of some type of orange towards the top and lighter towards the bottom. Some of them had really interesting backgrounds, by the way. I believe some of the ones that really caught my eye were the Wintertime Wonderlands and the was it Tokyo Go-Go? I'm not really sure, but definitely Wintertime Wonderlands. Ooh, yeah, and what is it? Flashback Fever. Totally, totally awesome backgrounds. Of course, these also, aside from the boxes, had the most accessories. For example, these basic ones, I like to call them basics because they were not, in my opinion, like the very exclusive Wintertime Wonderland, Pretty and Punk, Tokyo Go-Go, amongst a few others. I think Sunkissed Summer were another set, and Flashback Fever. These were a little bit cheaper. These, I think the price tag is right here, is a really dated price tag. I'm going to put it closer to the screen so you can take a look at it. I believe the original price was $13.99. Back in those days, it was $13.99, between $13.99 and $15.99, and you got an incredibly awesome box that would hold the Bratz Boy perfectly almost for years to come. And then, of course, you got a Bratz Boy with more than just sufficient accessories. You would get a second pair of clothing, and then you would also get a second pair of sneakers under feet. Most of the time it was sneakers, but sometimes, like in the case of the Sunkissed Summer collection, it was bare feet. And then, of course, you had the infamous comb that at some point later on, after years of, if you were a collector, an enthusiast like me, would start floating about the box because it got loose. So you got the comb as well on most of these. And then, of course, we could not forget the poster on some of these. I don't think they all had a poster, but most of them did. For example, this one was one of them. You could see the poster right there. And so some of these had posters, and of course they have their little accessories like sunglasses. Right here. And then some of them, which is one thing that I loved from back in the day, is they had like a backpack or like a little like man bag or something like that I was really into. Back in those days, those were like the biggest thing ever between like college students and like young adults and such. So you would get that as well. And of course, some of them actually had like a cap as well. Like this one, for example, had a little dark blue cap. Let me see if I can show it. There we go. And so some of them came with caps or some kind of little hat or something. So they had a lot of stuff that they came with for only between $13.99 and $15.99. It was a pretty awesome bargain for these. It looks like this one went down in price as the days went on and weeks and months. So that's even better. Let me show you the box from the sides. So in the very beginning, the early 2000s, these guys were the best, just like the Bratz. The Bratz was a line that was really popular in the early 2000s when MG barely came up with these guys. So they kind of had pretty much everything. I remember going into our local Toys R Us, which we still had back in that day, and seeing like 2 or 3 or 4 shelves full of Bratz Boys and Bratz, mostly Bratz. It was an incredible sight. I remember actually being able to not grab, but look at and just, kind of browse for my Bratz Boys, my first and only retail priced Bratz Boys before I actually purchased them, and I got to handpick the ones I wanted. It was the coolest feeling because I'd never been to Toys R Us and actually purchased something before, because when I was a kid it was extremely expensive. But so as an adult I got to buy these guys, my first five there. So anyway, back now to the box and the Bratz Boys. So with the boxes, they were extremely durable. They were extremely awesome. They had a lot of information. For example, oh, my hair is just crazy. This one, of course, it has all of the little logos and marks in the front, like the Bratz Boys name, the Bratz Boys picture, and for the, of course, Bratz Boy logo and name, Cameron, and then the banner in the back of the box, which was something really unique to all of these boxes. You're going to find the exact same thing. However, it's going to include a few other details. It's going to give you, of course, the Bratz Boys logo, the Bratz Boys picture, Mr. Sexy Studley Cameron, and Mr. Sexy Studley Cameron logo for his little flame logo thing of what he's referred to as. And then, of course, it's going to give you his name, Cameron, and the little introduction about him as well. So you're going to have a little introduction, and two of the most important pieces of the box in the back was the picture of the Bratz that are included for this collection and our series, and the picture of the Bratz Boys that are included for this collection and our series, which happen to be Dylan, Koby, Eitan, and of course Mr. Sexy Eitan. And then it should give you a little list of items that this box comes with, which it should be right there. That's part of the list. And then on this side, right there. So it gives you a little list of stuff, and it gives you the Bratz Boys logo, and it gives you the Bratz Boys picture, and the Bratz, and it gives you a ton of information about pretty much everything that you need to know about this sexy, stuffly, awesome, hot, super babe guy. So, like I was saying in the very beginning, I was a little confused as to this guy being the same guy as the other Cameron that I have. And of course, it's the identical Bratz Boy, with the only difference that the collection is not another New Cool, N-U-C-O-O-L, New Cool. It's the other one is Funk Out Cameron. This is New Cool. This is the New Cool guy. He just happens to be in everything else identical twin to the other guy, even though in the collection and our series he is not, which is what kind of threw me off for a little bit. I'm actually wanting to think that it didn't throw me off, and I kind of just ignored it and wanted to do the video later, but I don't think that I would have thought about that, because I just wanted to get things done anyway to begin with, so I doubt that I would have either forgotten and thought about doing it later or something like that. But I'm just really, really happy that I was able to kind of like bump into him and, Mr. Sexy Dylan yesterday, and then, figured out, oh my god, I really never added these sexy, studly guys to my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boys videos in my Bratz Boyz Club channel. And I finally managed, after some time, to get these guys up there. I'm just so really happy that at least I was able to do that now. Oh, and before I forget, in this specific collection, there are two Bratz Boys that have 2 volumes, and there are 2 Bratz Boys that only have 1, meaning 2 Bratz Boys have 2 different versions of themselves for this collection, and 2 Bratz Boys only have 1 version, which means they're only 1. Meaning that, according to the fan page of this collection, and this is a 2003, a New Cool, meaning 2003 New Cool for this collection in our series. So it looks like, according to the fan page, Cameron only has 1 volume, which is this one, your Sexy Truly that you're looking at. And it looks like Dylan is also 1 volume. There's only 1 version of him. However, Eitan has volumes 1 and 2, which looks different. And then Koby also has volumes 1 and 2 that looks different for this collection, which is pretty awesome. But unfortunately, of course, like I said, Cameron and Dylan do not. I wish they would have, so you know there would be more opportunity to collect more of these guys, but I guess not. But yes, so finally, after some time, this guy is going to make it to my Bratz Boyz Club's page on YouTube. And I'm just a little late, I guess, but hopefully it's not that too much of a problem. I'm going to tip him over so that you can see the top of the Bratz Boy now. Mr. Sexy Cameron from the top. You can take a look at the poster and his little extra clothing and his little shoes or sneakers, and of course his sexy, awesome cap. And his sunglasses, and then the sneakers he's wearing, and his sexy, awesome face. A little bit of the top of his, I think, maybe? No, yeah, a little. From the top, let me put it even closer. Just pass him over. And then I'm going to tip him over from the bottom. So if you could take a look at the bottom of the box, hopefully we can pinpoint. We can take a look and see if we can kind of see the retail year. I think it's right there. I think it says 2003, right? 2003. Yeah, right there with the Bratz Boyz logo words, of course, and the Bratz Boyz sexy picture of Mr. Sexy Awesome Studley Cameron. And of course the MGAE logo and the barcode that we always see on all of these guys. And so there he is in all his awesome, sexy Studley glory. And now that was pretty much it for the bottom of the box. And I'm just so totally excited, so thrilled that I got to upload his video today for you guys so we can be part of my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boyz in my Bratz Boyz Club YouTube page. I'm just so kind of like sad that I didn't do it ahead of time like with the other ones, and you know, kind of like did it early so that he would have been part of it. But now he is here, you guys can meet him, and of course he can meet all of you, Bratz Boyz fans, fanatics, or whatsoever. If you didn't watch the video, that's totally cool. It's totally awesome. Don't mind if you did watch it. Thank you so much. You were awesome. And even if you did, you were awesome too. You're so epic. Hopefully one day you do watch my videos. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, they're not the coolest and they're not the best quality, because of course everything on YouTube is pretty much awesome. You know, best quality ever and all that stuff. But either way, if you ever want to just stop by and watch my videos, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. I should be uploading another video soon. Not soon right now, no, like I did this time, but hopefully soon, because I'm still waiting for my Heartthrob Eitan from the Pretty in Punk re-release collection from 2003, which hasn't really been available anywhere I've been looking for, even though I've been looking for him every day. I always log in the morning and at night and during the afternoon and whatever time of the day, because I really need him. I just really want him. I want to add him to my collection. And I just have not seen him yet, but pretty soon I will see him, hopefully, and be able to acquire him so I can have him here ASAP for all of you, my awesome Bratz Boyz fans, to get to see him. And I'm pretty sure you guys will also get him, or a version of him as well. So I just cannot freaking wait to just get him, because I'm so excited and thrilled for that one as well. But for the moment, thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you so much for, if you didn't, thank you so much either way, and for being introduced to my sexy Studley Cameron. Hopefully we get to see you again soon when I get to introduce you to yet another one of my Bratz Boyz. But until then, I shall see you soon, hopefully very soon. I still have a couple of more Bratz Boyz vehicles that I want to upload. I'm pretty sure those are not as popular as the Bratz Boyz themselves. I've seen the views are not like as high as, you know, with the Bratz Boyz, but that's totally cool. I'm pretty much excited about the Bratz Boyz mobiles, kind of like pretty much as well as my Bratz Boyz. So but it's pretty much cool if you're not. I still will upload those because I think I've got two more that I'm so excited to soon be able to upload. I just don't have enough information to be able to talk about them. But either way, I shall see you later at some point with hopefully another Bratz boy and hopefully the one I'm waiting for. But until then, you have an awesome super day and we'll see you then.